Hello, and welcome to episode 16 of Let's Talk About It with Dee Skky. 16. We're turning sweet 16, y'all. It's so good to be with you guys tonight. We're so happy to have you with us. But of course, we wouldn't have a show if it weren't for my co-host. Give it up for the man behind the meme. His name is Major.
Yo, Dee, what's up?
Well, how are ya?
Dee,
How are you?
I'm feeling like I'm full of ammunition, Dee. I'm ready to make
Full
this
of
thing happen.
ammunition.
Yes, Dee. I anticipate some issues today. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, yeah, it's gonna get a little hot up in here, I'm sure, but it's gonna be all in fun and love, and informative. Because if we're not talking about it, then it doesn't exist. So that's the good thing. But it's gonna be good. It's going to be good because our guest is, I think she's a combination of all the things. She's controversial. She's opinionated, and she just talks shit. So
Yeah, man.
she's gonna get it in.
Yeah, she one of my favorites.
Yes, I know. She is very much one of your favorites. And so you were very adamant about having her on the show. But let's start with, how was your Halloween, your trick or treat? Did you do something?
Yeah, I was a stay-at-home dad for Halloween. It was quite lovely.
Okay.
And yeah, people really bought into the idea.
Did they? Did you have on like bedroom slippers and a robe or something? Or
yeah, the whole shebang.
You did all of that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, Gino and I actually attended and Gino is my favorite cousin, y'all. Let me not say favorite. I got a lot of favorite cousins, but he's my ride or die. My cousin and I, we went to a Halloween party. It was hosted by Stewart, Miller, and Simmons law firm. So we went last weekend, but I posted my pictures because I'm never like, my pictures are never timely. I never post anything like immediately when it happens because I just don't, care for people knowing exactly what I'm doing at that time. But nonetheless, it was so fun. Oh my gosh. We have to try to pull up some pictures so you can show everybody. I went as a very cute and sexy Minnie Mouse.
Oh yeah, I did see that on Instagram, Dee. You was thirst trapping. You was out there thirst trapping. I guarantee it. You was thirst trapping out there as Minnie Mouse.
Did you say I was thirst trapping with the Minnie
Yes,
Mouse?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There's no other way to describe what I saw there on Instagram.
You said thirst trapping?
Hey man, I approved of it. It was successful, but it was.
You definitely have to post some. We need to see pictures and proof and see if that was a thirst trap. Absolutely not. Well, maybe I don't know the meaning of thirst trap, or I'm just not really fully aware of what it means. But I don't think it was like, I wasn't doing all like. I don't know. We'll ask the pro. We'll ask Tay. She gonna tell me I was thirst trapping too. Oh my gosh. But listen, Major, oh my gosh, listen. Last night, I attended Dave Chappelle live in the ATL.
Oh, snap. That was dope.
Let me tell you something. When I tell you, it was so off the chain. Now, of course, I've seen his specials. I've been watching Dave Chappelle for many years, but I've never seen him live. And to see and witness him live was absolutely everything. But I was told that it was like his birthday or something. So I'm not sure how accurate that was, because they didn't really announce it that much in the they didn't announce it, during the show last night. However.com, period. Let me tell you who opened up for him. Comedian Donnell Rawlins. You're familiar with him because he was on the Chappelle show. Did you watch the Chappelle show?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, he was there. He opened up. Really, really good. Another comedian who was very good opened up before him, but I can't recall his name. And then came out T.I. Harris did his whole stand-up comedy thing, and he really was good.
I didn't know he did stand up.
Yes. He's getting into stand up now. And the fact that he's doing it real grassroots is what I love. Like, he's not he's going into comedy clubs, the smaller comedy clubs, going up before crowds, and he's giving his pitch. Like he's doing his thing. And so I'm really loving it. Like he's expanding his portfolio, which I think is awesome. You know, he went from rapper to actor and now comedian. And he was good. Of course, he used his family, you know, as a platform, but it was hella good. And then guess who came out right before Dave?
Who was it? Tay Baby?
Kevin Hart.
Oh no.
Kevin Hart. Oh my, I went all the way in. It was so good. It was so good. So yeah. So that was my night last night. But listen, guys, we want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Go on, like, share, and subscribe. We don't want you to miss any of this awesome content that we are bringing to you, our special guests, our bonus features, some gifts sometimes. You know, the holidays are coming around. We may be giving out some good things, so you don't want to miss it. But I don't want to delay it any further. I am ready to hop on into the conversations about every damn thing tonight. It's going to be so good. And like I said, our guest, she'll explain it. Her title, or if these things are even true, as far as her being controversial. It can be controversial because some people who don't agree, or, you know, and it could cause the little conversations back and forth. But she's opinionated. And she just gives it to you straight, no chaser. So let's welcome to the show, Taylor Tay Baby Moore.
They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly. I go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, Lamborghini. It go poof. They can't see me like Houdini, move discreetly.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you? I'm doing good. How are you?
You are beautiful. How are you doing, Tay Baby?
Thank you. You too. I'm doing lovely. How about yourself?
I am wonderful. I am doing amazing. And I'm so super excited to have you on the show. Major, my co-host, is a huge fan, and he's already hopped in, which is that's a key right there. Everybody who's watching the show is like, Major never jumps in on the conversation at the beginning. Like he comes in at the middle or at the end sometimes, but he's already here. So let him go ahead and introduce and welcome you to the show.
Yo, Tay, I just want to say, what's up, man? I promise you, I watch all your videos, and I don't mean the fanboy here on the internet, but when I tell you, you are such a gem in the male universe, and we appreciate you, my sister. We applaud you and the work that you are doing out here in the community. Thank you so much.
Kaboom. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, let's hop on in to this conversation. So when Major and I were talking earlier, we were throwing out a couple of descriptive words. You know, we said controversial, we said opinionated. We were like, you know, she talks shit. She says what's on her mind. What is it exactly?
My content in general?
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's opinionated, because I feel like we should all be able to like shed our light on what we think in this world. But I would definitely say I don't have a filter. Like, I'm not really afraid of what people think, or like, you know, I don't sugarcoat things, but that's how I was raised, you know? So I guess you could say opinionated. Definitely. Yeah. Controversial, I don't know, because it depends on who's watching my stuff. I'm just more on the conservative side. But if people want to take it to a debate level, then I get it. How it could be controversial and stuff like that.
Right. Well, yeah, and you are correct. But I have seen some of your interviews on other podcasts, and it's not even controversial, because you kind of like, before they even get started, you shut them down. Like, you just give them your facts and you say what you say, and then you're like, okay, what next? Like, you still asking me a question?
Yep.
So let's start with this. Of course, I always love to ask guests, even the ones that I know very well, their background, but everyone doesn't. So, like, where are you from? You said you grew up kind of being able to express yourself and things like that. Where are you from, and how did you get into content creating?
So I'm from Los Angeles, California. I've always wanted to be a content creator. I didn't think I was going to be going down this path. I just thought that I was going to be doing comedy skits, things like that. And maybe just like, I don't know, little funny skits. But I got into content a little bit before COVID time, because of, like, you know, the kill all men hashtag movement, the hating the men bandwagon. I was like, yo, what is this stuff? Like, why is everybody talking like this? So I decided to put my 2 cents in on like a couple of things, and then, you know, from there it like blew up.
Yes. And so some of your posts have reached millions of views. Like you're killing it. Do you remember what post was that one, the one that sent your social media platforms through the roof and you were like, oh my good, like where did that come from? Do you remember what post it was?
Yeah, this was a long time ago. A couple years ago, got all over World Star, everywhere else. It was just me talking about how men should be able to approach us, because a girl was saying she went out to this gathering with her friends and no men were coming up to them. She's like, what's up with you guys? How come you guys don't approach us? Ask us out. There's so many beautiful women. You guys are just sitting there. So I just added my 2 cents in on that, you know, that a lot of modern day women ruined it for those type of women who want to be approached. So I just said, basically, what's your point by making men not want to approach us, making men hate us, and having this gender war? And that video hit like 1 point something million, I guess. So
wow. What so what was your take on that, on men not approaching women, or the barrier that you see between men and women when it comes to approaching, or even the dating cycle now? What's happening now?
I think that a lot of women are ruining it for women who do want to be approached and who are old school. I think that it should be okay for men to come up to us and approach us. Of course, there's a time and a place, and it depends on how the man's asking you. And I feel like a lot of people should understand what rejection is. And if somebody says no, to politely leave their side, don't keep bothering them or even prying. But I feel like everybody should be able to ask anyone out or go up to somebody. I don't feel like that should be something that should be taken away. Because then when men aren't leaders, or they don't come up to us, or they don't try, then women will complain about that. So if you guys don't want to go up to men, I suggest you leave it the way it is.
And I would say that your opinions or your comments have been pretty neutral, because I did also see your post about the guy in the club or wherever they were, and he threw a drink or something on the girl when she didn't reciprocate to his advances or whatever, and you weren't happy about that. Like,
that bothers me.
Yeah. Major, you can hop on in whenever you're ready, because I know you're over there just excited about it.
No, I definitely saw the thing about the woman in the club, man.
Yeah.
And I guess that really brings me to my next point. The main question is, do women hold women accountable? And the reason why I asked that, right? So I think my whole life, I can think of every guy friend I've ever had, right? And I've never, ever had a guy friend ask me to help them cheat. Or like, I've never had a guy friend ask me to plan to help them cheat. The way we end up doing is we get caught up in the last moment and we call one of our guy friends and they don't have no idea how to support us. And that's how we get busted. But I know so many females, who they already got the scenario together, like to help their homegirls do something devious, right? I literally can't think of any of my male friends that would even help me do that. So do women hold women accountable?
Yes. It depends on the friend group though too, because I would never hang out with any woman who's going to allow me to cheat or even think that that's okay. I'm also the type of person to correct my homegirl. I had a friend years ago, I've talked about this in my content, that she used to just do all these random things, and I kind of like checked her on stuff that she would do, and it continued. I had to stop being her friend. So yeah, it just depends on the friend group. Then you have some girls who are devious and will literally tell the homegirl, hey, let's do this, let's do that, and they know all that stuff. But it just depends on the woman, man.
Exactly. I so totally agree. Maybe what girlfriends do you know? You have to give me a better example than that. Are you referring to something on social media? Is this a personal experience?
No, I'm saying like in general, and this may just be me being jaded just from things that I've seen and things that I've experienced. But I feel like the majority of women that I've known have done that. Like, they've helped each other cheat. Or I give you a better example.
I actually think that it's vice versa. I think
so?
that I absolutely believe, my opinion is that that men are more willing to help their homeboys cheat. Like, girlfriends typically stand up to each other, especially if it's a guy that they respect. Now, if it's some bozo, or some dude that your girlfriend doesn't really like, or he's not treating you right, and she's like, because typically girlfriend circles are like sisters. Typically, now I'm not talking about your reality housewife type foolishness. I'm talking about real sister circles. We hold each other accountable. We ensure that you are receiving the best treatment, and we want to make sure that you're exemplifying the same things out, whether it's in a relationship or whatever. But we absolutely hold each other accountable for when it comes to relationships. We're always like the ones typically like, oh no, don't do him like that, or girl, don't call me and put me in the middle of it. Now, however, the guys on the other end, those guy friends are more likely to be like, oh, okay, you were with me last night, man. Yeah, right. Yeah, he was with me last night. Or we went on this guy trip together, and it's a guy code that nobody's gonna tell what really goes on in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Do you think like when you hold your friends accountable, or like the content that you put out, you think that keeps you from having a lot of female friends? Because I would think that you don't have no female friends.
No, I actually have a lot of female friends that I've known since I was 16 years old. That's the funny part. People misconstrue my content and assume because of the things that I talk about that I either hate women, or I don't know how to make friends with females, or I don't know how to talk to women. That's like the total opposite. My friends come to me for advice for every little thing. And even some of my friends, one of my homegirls, she stopped doing OF because of my content. So,
oh wow, that's dope.
Back up, Tay. What's OF?
OnlyFans. So it's the girls who sell their body.
Oh, okay, right. OnlyFans. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, speaking of OnlyFans, that's a great segue.
Yeah.
So, former NBA player Joe Smith. Joe Smith. I was going to say Joe Johnson. Joe Smith's wife posted him kind of going off because he discovered that she has an OnlyFans page. What are your thoughts on that in terms of being a wife, a wife and a mother, and someone who is in the public eye because she is married to someone who's a former athlete? But what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's disrespectful because when you're married, you guys become one. It's something you guys need to talk about. And I'm pretty sure this is something he didn't want. On top of like doing a OF, everybody sees that. He's an NBA player. He has money. Why would you think that that's the route to go? You can start your own business, start whatever, and I'm pretty sure that person would help you. But selling your body when you're a whole mother and a wife and you didn't run it by your partner, and he has to find out through social media, that's a big red flag. That's an automatic divorce for me.
Yeah. That is kind of shady and shiesty, though. Yeah. Okay, so for those out there who may not fully understand what OF is, but like she said, it's OnlyFans, and it is it kind of started out as a social platform for celebrities and entertainers that, of course, who had fans, but then it turned into like this sexual type of platform that people started to kind of get paid off of and things like that. So now it's more of a sexual, there's body parts happening, there's sex happening, there's a lot of things happening, and people pay tokens or pay for your viewing, for their viewing pleasure. So that's what OnlyFans is. And I absolutely agree, because you are married. When you're talking about being married, you're not someone who's out here single. You're married to someone who is in the public eye, and on a public platform. And he's still, I'm sure, doing things as a former player. But I don't know. It's turned into something totally different. And it's just, it is.
I personally wouldn't put up with it. I wouldn't put up with it at all.
What would you do? Would you demand that she takes it down, and then if she does not take it down, then what?
Well, I'm gonna demand first that I'm gonna get the funds that have been generated from the OnlyFans, and then I'm gonna demand that it be taken down.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
She said I'm dead.
No, they're serious. They're serious. So like it's so much like content that pits men against women. Like it's like the hot topic, and I feel like you know, this is our first time really talking about this on the podcast, but
Oh
it
yeah.
seems like they're a podcast that the whole podcast premise is, you know, based off of this. So Taylor, like, I want you to imagine, right, the state of modern dating, right? Like, let's imagine we fall asleep in a cryogenic chamber and we wake up 100 years in the future. Okay. So without intervention, what does today's societal mindset impact look like for the next century of modern dating evolution?
It looks bad. It looks really bad.
In what way?
What do you mean? Look at everything that's going on. Like dating wise, we're taught to like go on dating apps. We're taught that, you know, we have a whole bunch of options. We're taught that posting pictures for attention and validation is going to be good. I don't feel like people even know how to have normal conversations. People don't know what boundaries are. Like you don't even meet people with normal critical thinking skills. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful, but like men and women are such a gender war that they don't even know how to coexist properly. So could you imagine if that's happening now later down the line? People would have to get a lot smarter.
That's a good point. Say that again.
So people would have to get a lot smarter, but people don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's those are certainly great points that you mentioned. It is dating is hella scary. It really, really is. It's hella scary. And I always say that social media in the digital world, technology now, there's a yin and a yang, because you are right. You don't see the dynamics of, you know, that real family nucleus being, you know, born and driven out of relationships now, where you had to court the person and get to know the person and build up trust for each other, and that same level of respect. You just don't see those things. And what I'm seeing, and Taylor, I just feel like you're really young. Are you? I don't want to ask you your age.
Taylor ain't.
Oh, did we lose her? She just how old are you, Taylor?
I'm 28.
Yes, that's what I figured. Oh my goodness, you're so ahead of your time. Like you're such a brilliant young lady. But as far as in my generation, right? It's extremely scary even now, because when we look at dating, your older guys, they are looking, you know, they're seeking younger girls because they aren't required to be held accountable in that level. They don't want someone, you know, in my age category that's going to make sure that we are being treated properly, we're being treated respectfully, and that they're being held accountable for their actions. We're also money getters. Like we get our own, we go after our own goals. We have our own houses and homes and cars and things like that. So it's not financial. It's not about the financial aspect of it. It's the fact that if we're going to be in a committed relationship together, you and I, we need to be on the same page. We need to be playing the same deck of cards. I can't be playing Uno and you playing spades, meaning that you're out here in these streets living your best life and I'm being committed to you. You can't go out and, you know, if we're being monogamous, because I think, and you tell me what you think about this. I believe that if we come to an agreement that we're going to be monogamous, that we're going to be in a relationship together, then that means, you know, we're not out still seeking sex from other people. Hopefully. Now, because at the end of the day, we can, if we desire to do that. Now, if I say, okay, hey, let's have an open relationship. There's tons of definitions of these open relationships, you know, monogamy, polygamy, whatever, all of these different things. However, we can come to an agreement or understanding that this is what we're going for, so that we're on the same page. You're not making me believe that you're solely committed to me, but you're really not. And so those are just my thoughts about where we are in this world of dating and relationships. It's so pretentious. Like everybody is really, nobody's really trying to be serious. They just want to kick it, but make sure that you're not kicking it. I don't know.
Yep, that's exactly how it is.
It sounds like that happened to you before, Didi. That sounds like, because Didi, I'm gonna be honest, you kind of went off on a little rant there, man. I was like, golly, Didi, you've been hurt before. And I support you, man.
You know what, really, Major?
Please. No, it's fine. It's fine.
But no, I just have a lot of I'm a divorcee. But I waited to get married later in life because I've been in the entertainment world for so long. You see a lot of things, but my focus was my career and making sure that I had things situated in my life, but I have a lot of girlfriends. There's a lot of us out here who are dating. I'm not saying that I'm single. I'm just saying there's a lot of folks out here who are single, and I have a lot of single girlfriends, and it's hard out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. No, I'm just kidding. I just said it. It was just waiting for me. So speaking of that, I also saw a discussion on one of your posts where you mentioned you commented on a podcast that was speaking on men should not pay a woman's bills if she's not. Just talk about that, because the platform was speaking on men not paying a woman's bills, but the woman is not reciprocating either. She's not doing those things to fulfill the desires of that man or treating that man in a way that's wifey. So give us your opinion on that.
So my opinion on that is, first and foremost, people can buy whatever they want for whatever partner they want. Do what you want with your money, but don't get taken advantage of as a man, as a woman. I think it's absurd that women do not want to cook or clean or take care of a man because that's considered wifey duties. They want the ring in order to continue that. So why should a man pay your rent, pay your bills, pay your nails if this is husband duty? Like, if you want something in return for things you're not giving back, that doesn't make any sense to me. A lot of women want a high value traditional man, but they're not traditional women, and it's kind of crazy. How do you expect a man to pay all your bills and you're not contributing nothing to that? And I feel like the women who do get taken care of, they're worth getting taken care of, if that makes sense.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Do you hear her, Major?
No,
because
I hear her.
I don't know what platform, I researched her, I don't know what platform that says that she's this, you see, she's a supporter of men, or I believe that she always kind of gives the perspective on both ends. Now it may be more heavily on men, but I think she gives it on both sides. That's just what I think.
No, I totally feel that. But the thing is, like, I think almost all women think that they are that woman, though. And that's where the issue comes in. Because you know what you said, Tay. You said the women that are getting treated well
deserve to be
getting treated well, right? But all women think that they deserve to be getting treated well. And it's like, it's hard to break through that barrier. And that's really what this is about, because it's hard to break through that barrier. It's hard to say, like, even like in my personal life, like in my experiences and, people that I've dated in the past, I've tried to have a straightforward dialogue with somebody and just say, this is how I feel, this is what I like, but I haven't been able to get 2 words in. And a woman thinks that just because she does this or does that, especially the kitty cat thing, the fun dip and the punani and all that stuff. Like,
what? We gotta dive into that too.
So Taylor, like, what's the deal with that? Like, what's the deal? Why is it so hard is it because I'm a man, or what's the issue with that?
Why is it so hard for you? What, to get a relationship, or to talk to
women? Really just to I guess just to get that understanding, like, if there are problems that she needs to address, it's hard for me to get that out. But I can address my issues, and we always can talk about my issues. But it's always like one-sided. Does that make sense?
That's because you have to get with somebody who's either healed or emotionally intelligent. There's a lot of women right now who think it's a me thing. And if you have a woman who has an independent mindset, she ain't going to consider what you're feeling, man. She ain't going to consider when she's wrong. She's going to shift blame to you all the time. That's why I tell men all the time, be mindful of the women you get with. Girls who are vindictive, girls who are not emotionally intelligent, girls who are too emotional, girls who don't sit there and understand where you're coming from. That's why I always tell men, ask girls 3 extensive questions. How do they view the relationship? Is it going to be a you and I type of thing, or just like a happy wife, happy life? See if she agrees with that. Also, when we have problems, are you going to talk them out, or are you going to be avoidant? You don't want a woman who's going to ignore you. You don't want a woman who's going to belittle you or put you down. And also make sure she has like a good upbringing, whether it's a father, it's somebody in her corner. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dad, because you can't help whether you have a dad or not. But if she has a brother in her corner, a mom, somebody she's close to that can hold her accountable, those are things you should pay attention to with men and women. There's a lot of people out here who don't say sorry, man, who don't think they're wrong, and they're wrong as hell.
Wrong as hell. Yes, wow. You are right. Tay is preaching, and that's what Daniel said. We have the platform here where our viewers can comment, engage. And so Daniel Martin says Cheesecake Factory isn't enough these days. We're going to get into that list, Daniel, but he also said that you are preaching and you are teaching. We also have, yours truly. April is in the house. We have Love Child here. Levi Q is in the building. We have Montre here. So we got a ton of folks that are here with us tonight. And again, guys, as a matter of fact, if you're watching now on Facebook, share this live to your page and make sure that your friends and your family get engaged on this conversation, because it's happening. We're talking about it now. That's one of the issues, is that we don't have this dialogue, and now we have the platforms to talk about it. We should be able to also talk about it and have conversations in our homes. So I again, I certainly believe that it's a relationship. If you're in a relationship, those things should be reciprocated. I'm someone who does not mind, because I'm fortunate. I'm definitely blessed. I grew up with a mother and a father, a 2-parent household. But I don't think it was just that. I think that because it was the community that I was raised in. And so I was able to see families. I was able to see, whether it was 2 parents or 1. I was able to see, that single parent, whether she was dating someone. You see women catering to their men, but we also saw men standing up and being responsible, protecting and providing for their families. So, I think it's certainly, it's equal. It should be equal, and we should get back to some of those old school ways. Again, it's looking a little scary. Who knows what's going to happen? So let's talk about this. As Daniel mentioned, that Cheesecake Factory. Let's talk about this list. So there was a list that started circulating because a young lady was very upset that the date that she went on took her to the Cheesecake Factory, and she was hot. She was 38 hot about it. That she was like, how you gonna take me to the Cheesecake Factory when I should be going to, the Steakhouse ATL or one of these, one of the fancy places, Ruth Chris or somewhere. You took the Cheesecake Factory where the menu got 200 pages.
Yeah, this has gotten out of hand. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is out of hand. This made me hot. Honestly, this list pissed me off. This list pissed me off, man. I was proud to take somebody to the Cheesecake Factory.
And I don't have a problem with any of this. So I really don't have a problem with any of these places. And I don't know I really believe that this is the controversial crap that comes up, right? This is all about getting reactions. And so the places, I don't know who created this, but the places women refuse to go on a first date, I don't know you're not speaking for all of us. But Cheesecake Factory was number 1. In the middle there is IHOP, Denny's, of course, the gym. I like going to the gym, so I wouldn't have a problem going to the gym. The movies, if you're not going to the movies on the first day, what the hell are you doing? Like, I didn't understand that. One thing that I did appreciate was his house. Like, now going out on the first date, I would not want to go to that person's home. But some of these things on here is a bunch of bull crap. What do you think about the list, Taylor?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Everything on here is good. I'm just not going to nobody's house. I'm also not going to a nightclub because I don't drink. But what's wrong with church? I thought church would be like that. That's my husband right there. Church, any type of gym date, the movies, Buffalo Wild Wings, count me in. Any type of sports event. Oh yeah. I don't smoke hookah, so I don't think hookah would be a good one. But the rest of those, IHOP, the Grand Slam,
Starbucks. Yes, Starbucks would be that is ideal. Going to get some ice cream where it's not so stuffy. Exactly. A park is even nice.
Right. So, Tay, is it a specific kind of woman that put this together? Do you think is it a woman that put this together? Does she belong in a certain?
This is a thirst trap list. Don't say
Honestly,
my
okay, I would
Halloween.
have to say this. Honestly, I feel like every woman's different. Like there's some women out here that are 5-star women, you know, they're spoiled by their fathers, they live a rich lifestyle. But I highly doubt one of those women made this list. They probably don't give a shit. It was probably one of those girls who can't get a good date, who probably got taken to one of these dates, never even been on a good one, so it probably made that list for nothing. Because that list looks dramatic, man. Like, what's wrong with
Yeah.
Wingstop or any of those places? 50-cent wings on Tuesday? You're crazy. Applebee's
Right.
has $5 spooky drinks. That's and if you're
Yeah.
not paying
Yeah.
for it, like I don't understand that.
Facts.
And
And then the
I
men.
don't have a problem with even paying on the first. I don't have a problem paying on a date. I
Okay.
really don't.
Okay. Now that's what's up. That's what's up. Now I don't
don't
know
have
if I
don't have
believe
a
you. I don't know if I believe you. I'm gonna be honest with you, D. I don't believe you. But I'm glad to hear you
No.
say that. But I
Maybe
don't.
you
I'm
are
for real.
hilarious.
I'm being
You are
genuine in my
supposed to
whole heart.
be very way
Didi,
better than what you are saying.
Well,
Because
Didi, I love and care for you very much, but I do not believe. I believe you're gonna make the move like you going for the wallet. That's you all day. Tay, I think you would pay. Tay, I think you would pay on the first date. Tay,
Yeah,
I
I
really
have
do
before.
and genuinely feel like.
No, I absolutely will pay on the first date, and I absolutely ask if I'm out on a date. You know, I've done that, and that's such a yin and a yang, because again, it's cultural too. Because I've gone out on dates, you know, and depending on, I've gone out with an Italian guy, and that, like, in the Italian culture, like a woman paying, even with black men, it doesn't. Certain people, like, you do that, and they're totally offended by it. So you really have to kind of, you know, it's a matter of reading the person, and then if they don't, you know, if they say, you know, no thank you, you don't be aggressive and still try to do it, then you just kind of sit back. What I don't like, now this is the little kicker thing that I don't like, then I don't care for, is when later on down the line they say, well, you ain't done nothing, you ain't done, and then they do that thing when you try to offer, but then they tell you no, and then later down the line they bring it back up, and it's like, okay, did you tell me no for this very reason so that you can have it, you know, to use against me? Like that's kind of weird, but
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, and I guess them lists, man, really pissed the fellas off, because a lot of the guys came back. And they just kind of kept the fuel going, man. So Tay, you a single mother and you see this. Does this piss you off? I'm not saying you are a single mother, but
if I'm a single mom, yeah, probably.
That pisses you off.
Yeah.
But I don't get offended easily at this stuff, man, because I understand everybody's got a preference. Like, not everybody's cup of tea. I know so many men who don't like black women or don't like tattooed women. Fine. There's a million other men who do. So when girls get offended at this, you see men dating single moms all the damn time. So when girls say that, it's like, why do y'all trip on these lists? It's just to piss y'all off.
Exactly. It is. It's just to rile you up. So let me go through that list, because I know some of our guests, our viewers couldn't see some of it, but number one was single mothers. They also
these are the types of women that men. This is the list where the men were firing back at the women, and they're saying that these are the types of women that men should not date.
Absolutely. So women with large social media followings, women with purple hair, women with promiscuous friends. They didn't say women who were promiscuous. You can't have promiscuous friends. Women that drink a lot, women who travel alone regularly. That's absolutely asinine, because I have tons of girlfriends who travel internationally alone, and because they can freaking afford it and they enjoy doing things on their own. Women who were previously married, plus size women on dating apps. Yeah. So this list.
Do you agree with any of this, or do you like? Do you really think like preference is such a big thing, Tay? I mean, because you know, at some point it's preference, but then at some point it's like, if we know that barking dogs bite, you understand what I'm saying? If we all understand that, at some point it's got to be, you know, knowledge or wisdom. Where do we draw the line? Where we say, like, is it don't date single mothers, or is it like knowledge and wisdom says this is what happens when you date a single mother?
Yeah, I think everything is just, you got to be wise about things, man. Test the waters. Don't jump in head first. Put too much emotion to this person. Don't get in a relationship with somebody who you usually wouldn't date. So like me, I wouldn't date somebody who has children. But if I did decide to do that, I'm not going to move in with this person in 3 months and then wonder why everything hits the fan. No, just take your time. See them mad, see them sad, see them financially unstable, see when they go through things, how they maneuver. Because a single mom, her true colors are going to show. The baby dad is going to go crazy. She might, get frustrated because there's no money for the kid. Let's see how she treats you. Just don't rush into it. But I advise men to not be with single mothers because it's too much work. And if you want to deal with baby father drama, feeding another child that's not yours, and then potentially trying to tell the kid what to do, how to do things, and the mom saying no, that's a lot of work for you. So I just feel like a man should just date a woman who doesn't have kids. I think people who have kids should date each other. They shouldn't have big old preferences.
Oh yeah. Now I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I do agree with that. And
that
I'm
makes
speaking
the
from
pool
experience.
even smaller.
Now, I'm speaking from experience. I'm being serious. From experience, I understand what you just said is 100% factual. What you said is 100% factual.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that may offend some people, but hey, I have kids, and I would not at any point expect a woman with no kids to take me and my kids on. It's just crazy. I know where I belong and stick with somebody who got some kids. I'm go ahead and play my stepdaddy role and sit down, eat up all the cereal, and keep it moving.
And be what is it? The Brady, not the Brady Bunch. 8 is enough. 8 is enough was the blended family, right? Y'all don't remember 8 is enough. I'm low. But yeah, that's again that the dating pool then would be even smaller because to date someone without a child, I mean,
Sheesh. Speaking of dating, Tay, you want to play a game?
Sure.
Yeah. You do.
I'm like, oh.
Okay. Yeah, I know, because we got a little hot. That ain't the right word. We got a little heated.
Oh, wait! Before we play that game, I don't want her to play it right now because I have another question. I have a couple more questions to ask her before she plays that. But get ready though. We have a very fun game for you, Taylor. It's called Love, Lust, and Discuss.
Oh shit!
So we can, yeah, girl.
All right, guys, I gotta go.
We gotta have some fun. But before we play this game, don't know if you've seen this conversation circulating or trending. Former NBA star Dwight Howard has been trending because of accusations from a transgender female who alleged that he harassed her. Now, this isn't the first time that he's been outed by the transgender community. He was outed several years ago, and then he's had some repeated behaviors. Now, I believe that this young lady, I'm not sure if she is someone, if she's the young lady who's claiming these accusations right now, or if she's the one from before, because they kind of look alike. But if you're familiar with him, he has a baby with Royce Reed from Basketball Wives fame. And what are your thoughts, Taylor, on... I'm trying to make sure I say this right. What are your thoughts on someone, if a person is bisexual and they're sleeping with the opposite sex? Is there a responsibility there to inform the people that you're sleeping with your preferences, or what do you think about that? Because I also know a couple of ladies who've experienced him or dated him, and so they didn't.
Yeah, I think that you should disclose to anybody. If I was trans, I would let somebody know I was trans. I just think that a lot of people in today's society, I don't know how people are going to take this. I don't understand why people can't come out and be themselves when LGBTQ is like one of the top things. You go into Target, you see rainbow shit everywhere. You see rainbow stuff all over everywhere. They're teaching it to our kids. So when people are sitting here bisexual, gay, behind closed doors, do just be yourself. At some point, people are going to find out what you're doing anyway, and you're going to be triple embarrassed. So you might as well just say, hey, why do you guys have to come out? I feel like if I was gay or whatever, I wouldn't come out. It's my, it's my person who I want to talk to. I don't feel like I have to say, hey, everybody, I'm lesbian. It's not important. To me, it's not important. I feel like you should just have your sexuality and be you. But something like that, though, that can ruin your career. You might as well just be honest. I'm straight up, man. If I was gay, I would just say that. I'm not going to be talking to girls behind closed doors and you see me in the tabloids and all that. That's crazy. You make your life way harder. It's too much work.
Right. Yours truly, April, says, I say yes, they deserve to know. Yeah. I certainly think that, it's a conversation that needs to be had because, again, it's so open. People are so open and authentic with who they are. I think now more than ever before. So it's you have the opportunity to say, this is what I like, and who gives a freaking crap? Who cares? But let the other person know. And I think that's why he continues to be in the news and trending about this, is because he's trying to live a down low life. Yes. And that you're going to be your cover is going to be unveiled every single time, especially as someone who's a celebrity. They're like, nobody's keeping secrets anymore. So Brandy said, listen, these transgender chicks are really looking like a whole girl. You don't know if he even knew. Brandy, yeah, well, yes, he knew, because and you are right. I mean, they are the trans world, trans community. When I tell you, I had my dear friend on, Nick Devereaux, and he is a trans man, and Nick is fine. You would never even you wouldn't know if he doesn't expose it or say, reveal that he's a trans man. Looking at him visually, you will never know. And his friends are fine too. And so, that's just the world we're in. However, in this particular conversation and situation happening, Dwight is very familiar with these transgender women. He knows that he's dating transgender women, so it's not a surprise. But yeah, well, okay. My last question: what you think about this Will and Jada? Are you getting prepped, Major? You getting ready for the game?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. All right. So what do you think about this Will and Jada situation?
I think Jada's lost her mind. I think something's wrong with her at this point. I don't know how much she needs to sell that book or whatever she's doing, but at this point, she's very confusing. 1 second she says she's with Will, second she doesn't know Will. And I just feel like if you're not over Tupac and all this trauma, she's the exact reason why men say women can't get over trauma, because of women like her. How are you crying about the same thing every year? It doesn't make any sense. Maybe you should get off that table talk and get therapy. I don't understand what she's like. It makes no poor guy at this point. Can't even defend him.
Get your table talk together, Jada.
For real. She don't need no more table talk.
Yes. Okay. Well, we are about to have some fun, guys. This next segment is called Love, Lust, and Disgust. You know it because we've played it with several of our guests before. It's totally fun. Major is going to give you guys the gist of how it works so that what we're doing. And we're also going to let, of course, our guests Tay know how we're going to play this game. So she's familiar with it. So, okay. So Major, go ahead and do your thing.
Oh, yeah. So like Dee Dee said, this game is one of my favorites. It's called Love, Lust, or Disgust. All right, Tay. So this is the way the game goes. You have to. You got to pick one person from each category. You got to pick somebody that you would love, right? That's somebody you would love. Somebody that might be long-term, somebody like that. Somebody to lust, somebody just to knock those knocking the boots. And then somebody else has to just be like, absolutely disgusted, absolutely no. All right. So are you ready?
Well, know this, Taylor, before you get started. I purposely did not see the list. So Major created this list on his own.
Oh, yeah. Dee Dee has not seen this.
I haven't seen it. So this is going to be real good. All right.
So the first one that I'm going to love is Idris. That's my man right there. I'll marry him.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not Idris. That's Desmond. Idris. Oh, you're talking about Desmond?
That's what she's talking about. She know who she like. She know who she like.
I know he's from Snowfall, I think. He's
fine. Oh, yeah, that's him.
Yes, that's Franklin.
Yes, he's so fun. Okay, him I'll look. The Kodak guy, he's disgusting. I'm sorry. I don't like he's no.
Kodak from my hometown. Don't do my hometown.
Hey, they say this Kodak black new look too. That's supposed to be his new look. He's supposed to be like sexy now.
No,
that ain't it. That's not it.
No. So I guess I'm gonna have to discuss that one, and then I don't know the Jonathan one. What's the second option for that one? But
Jonathan Major is an actor. He's actually trending right now because he's has some allegations happening with him. Yeah. He's dating Megan Good now, but he's an actor.
Wow.
Yeah, man. All right, you did very good on that round. I'm very,
Yes.
very, very proud of you. Let's just try this one out.
Kodak Black.
Let's try
No,
this one
what
out.
is this list? What the heck?
These are like what I call the pretty boys. These are the pretty boys, right? So I
don't
kind of
like
grouped them
Drake.
up. Yeah, you got to decide.
John.
All right,
Okay, so we have
You got
John
John
Legend,
Legend.
Drake,
Yep.
and rapper and actor Post Malone.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to marry Post Malone. I'm marrying that. Just I don't like Drake whatsoever. He gives me like, hey girl, he's out of here.
Yeah,
John
he
Legend,
triple
whatever
lady.
that is, like a little side or whatever you want to call that.
Okay, so you'll marry Post Malone.
Yep.
You're gonna lust with who? Which one you're lusting with? Drake.
John Legend. We're lusting with John Legend, and
you gonna lust with John
disgust
Legend?
is Drake.
And then Drake.
Oh, you
Thank
straight
God.
disgusted by Drake?
Thank God.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
so
like
glad.
Drake.
I am so happy you said that.
Yeah.
I am so happy you said that.
I'm hella bored with John Legend. I think John Legend would get real boring. Ding ding.
Yeah, at least he could sing to me. Shoot, he could sing me that All of Me song every day.
I know that's right.
Oh no, come on.
So look, no. Check this out. So right here, you got Jeff Bezos, you got Mark Zuckerberg, and you got Bill Gates. But the catch is, Tay, that money can't be a factor. So like, yeah, they got millions and billions of dollars, but you're not allowed to touch it. But you got to pick one to love, one to lust, and one to disgust.
Dude, I am not into grandpas. What made you think this? Jesus. Bill Gates looks like he's about to croak. One breath, he's done.
Yeah, so he got facts.
One breath.
Okay, the Mark guy, I'll marry him because he looks kind of younger. I think I'm a lust Jeff, and then Bill Gates, you got to be gone. He looked like he already gone.
Skate up out of there.
And Bill looked like he already on life support, Lord.
Yeah, not life support.
All right, now and so in respect for your Latina heritage, your side, we're gonna give you some of the spicy Latina mommies.
Hola,
so you got
mommy.
Cardi B,
Stop.
Ariana Grande, and Selena Gomez.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm a marry Cardi B. I don't like Selena Gomez whatsoever, and I'll lust Ariana.
Oh wow,
Okay.
you don't like Selena Gomez?
No,
nobody likes Selena Gomez. Nobody likes Selena Gomez.
No, I hate her. I don't know why. She just bothers me. She can't even see.
Like Selena.
Okay, all right, and so since we did pay homage to your Latina side, we're going to also pay homage to your black side.
Oh no!
And so
God,
here
what is
we have Sexy Red, Sukiana, and Glorilla.
Suki with the good coochie. That's her name.
Yeah, I love Suki. Okay, I'm marrying Suki because I love her.
Okay.
Wait a minute. We got to talk about this, girl. We got to talk about this.
Why?
You gonna marry my husband?
I love Suki. Her skin
South
tone, I
Florida
like
now.
how she is.
Sukiana. Why
Now,
you gonna
Sexy
marry
Red? She's openly talked about gonorrhea and all that. She dead. I'm sorry. Hell no. Sexy, and after that sex tape, she dry, and I already know it. And I'm good. So Gorilla, I'll do a lust with her.
Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
I
my
need
goodness.
this a little bit longer. Wait a minute. I am rolling my ass. Wait. Now, Sukiana, for those of you who are not familiar with with these young ladies, we have to give some background because everybody is not familiar with. So Sukiana is a
Rapper.
a social media, but she was an OnlyFans celebrity. She's from Miami. She's now on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and she's turned rapper. But she's trying to reform her brand and get away from the sex stuff that she's done on social media, and be really taken serious with her music and her brand now. But so that's my homegirl Sukiana, and when I say Suki with the good coochie, that's actually her tag. That's her name, right? Sexy Red is the rest. She say Ski, the song. Pull up on me, Ski.
Didi, you know that? You know that? What the hell you know that for?
What
Didi.
Music. Why would I
That's the gonorrhea
man.
But the thing is that I'm so glad she's saying Ski, which is close to the sorority, AKA's Ski Week, and not ooh, which is close to my sorority.
Gotcha.
But nonetheless, and then of course Glorilla.
You said it, Gorilla. Now y'all heard that. You can't.
I corrected it.
I'm trying to claim that up. You said Gorilla.
Glorilla.
Damn, Didi. We got one more for you, Tay Tay. This is
One more.
probably my favorite one, and I want you to really dial in here. All right.
Oh, hell no. How dare
So,
you?
So we got. So we've
I'm
got.
gonna need to speak to your manager after this.
All right. So we got Roma Army, and then we got Didi Skky here. Now this,
that is not me.
Well, Didi. Okay, I'm gonna be out. This is Didi. This is the AI generated Didi Skky. So
it sure is. She looks like she could be my twin.
Yeah, that could be you. And then here you see you get the Sukiana and the sexy red combination here.
But with you in the back,
we don't need to discuss.
With you in the back.
We don't have to discuss what's going on there. But yeah, Tay, how would you size this up?
So is that a threesome? Because you were in it?
You get everything and it's included. You get everything that's included in the third one. So I don't want to make too much of a big deal about it. Can you let the woman answer?
Deal. It really
it's not a big deal.
That is a very big deal. I'm gonna have to go with Didi Skky. I'm marrying Roma Army. You gone? I can't stand that girl. And then, why are they crawling on the floor like that?
They in the doggy position.
I guess I'm. They in the doggy, but I guess I'm less than that because I am not going near Roma Army.
Oh my God! So that's funny. I'm not gonna start too much mess, but I kind of knew you didn't feel Roma Army, so that's why
that's hilarious.
I knew she was gonna get the. So can I ask you about that just real quick? Like, is it because y'all not that y'all have similar content, but I know that she does do some of the men's advocacy. What is it specifically about her that you don't like?
Well, this is a thing. When I first started my career and I was like just coming up, I think I had like close to 200K and my views were super, super good. She kept making up videos about that I was stealing her content and I was taking her content. And I don't even know who this girl is. Then later down the line, she wanted to work with me. But then her working with me turned into like weird jealousy, never showing up for lives that we were supposed to do together. And then all of a sudden, one day I wake up and everybody's like, Tay, look at this video. And she has a video like 30 minutes of just talking shit about me, even though she said she wanted to work with me. We can be on the same side. I'll fly you out to Canada. So she did all that fake stuff and I had no issue with her. Then I found out like later down the line that she sells her body on Patreon. This is the thing. I don't really care whether people do OF or not. I know I talk about this a lot because it's content, controversial, whatever. I know what gets views, but I really don't care about what women do. But if you're going to come on the fence of me and start criticizing everything I do, but yet you sell your body, I built my platform on talking, on my mindset. I didn't sell my body to get to where I'm at. So you and I are not on the same playing field. And if you talk about men having depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, all that, pornography is what's making it worse. And there's even stats to prove it. So selling your body to the same very men you're saying you're trying to help doesn't make any sense. So to me, I just couldn't work with somebody like her. And then her manager at the time, his name is Ben. He asked me if I would want to do like content like that for my Patreon. She was going to try to help build my stuff up because I had the same views as her. And she said that I could become bigger, all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, what would make you think that your manager can ask me stuff like that? I'm not into that. Just because you do that doesn't mean I want to do that. So I just felt disrespected from the jump from her. And I just didn't like the lies and all that. So now for sure, I don't want to work with somebody like her because she had my number. She could have contacted me, but instead she wanted to make a video, a 30-minute rant talking shit about me. And when everybody was on my side, she deleted the video, but I still have mine up. So you could probably still see it somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look for that.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm on your side for sure.
Yes, you 100%. Definitely have us. I am tuned in and locked in. Tay Tay, baby. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. This show was just, it was so full of energy. Like your energy is absolutely amazing. And I wish you the best of luck on everything that you do. Continue to grow and continue to excel in all that you do, girlfriend, because you are killing it. You are killing the game.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
Yes. How can they stay connected with you? Tell everybody your social media platforms so they can connect with you and stay up on all your content.
Y'all, you can follow me at It's Tay Tay Baby literally everywhere. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, everything is It's Tay Tay Baby, so I'm easy to reach.
That's right. And Daniel says she's the GOAT. Yep, she's a GOAT. She's definitely out here doing this thing. And what's next for you? What is your next goal or achievement? What are you looking to do next?
So what I really, really want to do next is either start my own podcast or start like doing street talks. But I don't know whether I want to do like a podcast in counseling couples type of setup or more of like a podcast with guests on there. So I'm like undecided about that. So it's either street talks or start my podcast.
Whatever it is, it's going to be a hit because you are killing it. So again, wishing you the absolute best of luck, and thank you for for playing that game with us and opening up and having some fun. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful night.
You too. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Tay. We really appreciate you. Peace.
Pop Shots ATL is an amazing 360 photo booth and event photography company that knows how to capture memories like nobody else. Perhaps you partied a little too hard at your recent event and can't quite recall all the amazing moments you had with your friends. If Pop Shots ATL was in the building, then you know they caught it all on camera. Their 360 photo booths are sleek and totally customizable with props and backdrops that'll have your guests flexing for the cameras. And check this out, y'all. They have a social media sharing feature that lets everyone show off their pictures and keep those memories alive long after the party is over. Pop Shots ATL takes exceptional care of their customers and pays attention to every little detail. So if you're looking to add some serious fun and unforgettable vibes to your event, Pop Shots ATL is the perfect choice. For more information, visit popshotsatl.com. That's POPSHOTSATL.com. Yes, shouts out to Pop Shots ATL. Capture all of those special moments. Major, another successful in high energy show tonight.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really did. I mean, she was such a treat. She was such a treat.
What a gem.
Boy.
What a gem. And so young. I mean,
she's gonna make some man very, very happy one day.
Very
as happy as she's made me here today on this podcast. Didi. Yes.
Oh my goodness. No, for her generation definitely needs leadership, like her. And just to continue having this conversation and putting the importance of building a solid foundation and having, being able to support our men and making sure that we're doing those things to support our men as well. But it's definitely twofold now. It's twofold. Yeah. We both have to take care of each other. So
we talking about the men right now. Did nobody ask you to say anything about it's twofold? Y'all always tell me with that. Oh, some woman. Well, it's twofold. We know it's twofold. We talking about you right now, Didi.
No, it's twofold.
It's twofold.
It takes two to make a thing go right. You know that song.
You don't have any sense. That's what's happening.
Shouts out to Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us. Kayshawn is in the house. So glad that you're with us tonight. Daniel was hella funny. Thank you so much, Daniel. Listen, guys, continue to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be back with more great content, wonderful guests that you will be memorable, entertaining, engaging, and educational. We have so much to pour into you, so you definitely want to share all of this with your friends and tell them to hop on in as well. And be sure to follow me at DIDISKKY, Skky, on all of my social media platforms. I'm also on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all
go check. Go look at that Mickey Mouse costume Didi had on. It when I tell you it was everything that you want it to be, it was everything. It'll be worth the look. So definitely go check her out at DIDISKKY. You can check me out at Design by Major on all social media platforms. However, you will not have the luxury of seeing me in a Mickey Mouse costume with a custom nose.
My face was beat by no other than Gino the Artist Freeman. So that's how I was able to get the whole look. That's how I was able to get that whole look. And listen, guys, if for whatever reason you can't catch us on YouTube, we're on every streaming platform. So if you just need to listen just pop on your earbuds or your headphones and take a listen to us. We are right there. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Odyssey. We are there. So check us out.
Yeah, we are on there, and I have verified that we're on there because I listen to it sometimes in the car. That's not like really vain. I'm just making sure the audio quality is good. But yeah, I do listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah. DDS, it's been a great show, man. I'm so
excited.
Has.
And I'm going to, when we get off, I'm going to think of another list to add so it can be trending. I'm about to create another list. I don't know what the topic is going to be, but I'm going to create another list like this. These are the types of women that men should not take out on a date. So I'm going to think
yeah, that's right, because it's the men's list now. So yeah, you definitely got to drop a men's list. Hell, I might drop a men's list coming up.
And it's probably it's probably the opposite sex that's creating these lists. That's going to be, so you never know.
Yeah, somebody don't want us to be friends, man. That's what it is. They don't want us to
exactly. The moral of the story and the reason behind these conversations is stop going and getting so serious and balled up and riled up over what you see on freaking social media. Calm the hell down. And just build your own base and have your own experiences. You can't go by everything that you see on social media. It's full of crap. It's good, but it's bad. All right. Well, that's it. Major, it was an absolute pleasure hanging with you tonight. You all, you know what I say before I go for your goals, reach for the stars because the sky has no limit. We'll see you next time. Be careful. Have a great night.